Hey guys, it's Denise from LOOM. For this project, we're going to be doing a bamboo stitch hat. I'm using the adjustable hat loom by KB with 80 pegs, but you could use any extra large loom and approximately 170 yards of worsted weight yarn. Alright, let's get to the cast on. This loom doesn't have an anchor peg, so I'm going to secure the yarn to the base, and I'm making a basic knot, and then I'm going to wrap every peg. As you can see, I'm using only one strand of yarn, and don't be shy, you can use this one strand of yarn even on your large gauge loom. And we're going to do one row of the U-wrap version of the knit stitch. For that, you're going to half wrap your peg and knit off. And with that one row of U-wrap knit stitch, you're done with your cast on. For the brim, we're going to do 10 rows of knit 2 and purl 1, which is a different version of the rib stitch. So we're going to start off with 2 knit stitches, and again we're using the U-wrap version of the knit stitch. So there's your first, your second, and now we're going to do a purl. Put your string under that existing loop, scoop up the string, create a new loop, take the old one off, put the new one on, and pull. And then we're going to repeat that again. Knit, knit, purl. At the end of every row, I have 2 extra pegs, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit one and then purl the other. Okay, that's my solution. When you're done with your 10 rows of the knit 2 purl 1, you're going to do 2 more to start the hat and be able to go ahead and move on to row 3. And that's a slip 2 with yarn in front, knit 1, and I'm going to show you how to do that. With your hook, remove the loop off the peg, take the working yarn and put it behind that peg, put the loop back on, do it again, and then you're going to do a knit stitch for that third stitch. And this is a 3-stitch pattern. You're going to repeat it again. With your hook, remove the loop and put the yarn behind that peg, put the loop back on, do it one more time. This makes your slip 2 with yarn in front, and the next one, the next stitch will be your knit stitch. You're going to continue this 3-stitch pattern around the whole loom. And again, since I'm using an 80 peg loom, which is not divisible by 3, I'm going to have those 2 stitches that are going to be left over. And for those 2 stitches, I'm going to slip only 1 and knit 1. That's at the end of my row. For row number 4, I'm going to repeat that knit 2, purl 1 stitch pattern for the whole row. Now let's see all 4 rows again.
roll camera, we'll just do it when you get back.
Okay, you're going to repeat the pattern 21 more times for a total of 88 rows or your desired length, and then we can cast off. I'm using a modified version of Jeannie Phillips flat drawstring bind off, but first we're going to knit 2 rows of the knit 2 purl 1, and then you're going to take your working yarn and you're going to wrap it around your loom about 1.5 times. Get your scissors and cut the yarn. With your yarn hook, you're going to scoop the yarn and feed it through that loop, go behind the next peg, and then feed it through the next one, go behind the next one, go ahead and feed it through that peg, and just repeat the process until you've gone around the whole loom. Once you're done feeding the yarn through every other loop, remove only those loops. And I know that for those of you that are familiar with this cast off, things seem a little odd, but trust me, it's going to work out. It's something different. When you're done with that part of the technique, then it's time to get another string of yarn and wrap it around the loom like before, about 1.5 times, and then again get your scissors and you're going to cut the yarn. Secure one end of that string to the base of the loom with a knot like you did when you did the cast on, and then we're going to do the same technique again with the loops that are on the peg. So you're going to get your yarn hook and you're going to feed it through that first loop. That was your first. This is your first now. Go ahead and feed it through, put it behind, feed it through the next one, and continue until you've reached the last loop. When you're done, remove the loops off the pegs. Stretch your stitches, and then you're going to pull those strings that are on the top in order to close, well, start closing your hat. Turn the hat inside out. Finish pulling on those strings. Try to keep the two that were together as one and pulling them a little bit at a time. Don't get frustrated, it's going to close up right. And then all you have to do once you get that opening nice and closed, then you can go ahead and make a knot. Turn the hat back around and we're going to weave in the ends. I did tighten my cast on, so you can see that I have extra strings, more so than you do. If you want to tighten your cast on, which you don't really need to do if you use the small gauge loom, just look in the description and I'll give you a link. Alright, cut your excess string, add a pom-pom if you want, and that's it. You have a bamboo stitch beanie hat. If you like this video, please press the like button, comment, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. And until we meet for our next project, stay fresh, keep loom knitting. Bye!